So here we are to go ahead and finish up building and decorating the base. I'm starting a little early today because I would like to go to bed a little bit earlier. So let's go ahead and jump in and get started. One of the first things I had wanted to do was actually move this beehive into the garden. And I did do a little bit of prep work. I went ahead and removed this little patch. We're going to put something else there. And I also crafted a bunch of structures so that we don't have to sit here waiting for them to craft. Now the beehive I had planned to put in here. Beehives also, as long as they have rare flowers, will irrigate your crops. I generally try not to rely on that because these are permanent, and if the beehive runs out of honey, they will stop watering, and it becomes a big issue. I actually used to have a stacked garden for gachas a long time ago, and had to literally tear the entire thing apart because everything had died. So, for that nice little center area, I actually decided to make some decorative floors for it. Now, I had said the other day we weren't going to use this, but I decided that actually I did have an idea for them. So I'm going to use the gravel floor. And we're going to make this sort of a little hangout spot. That looks pretty nice. And I'm trying to think where the structures are that I need. We're going to come over here and grab this basket, fire, the glow bugs. We're going to come back over here and grab some of the bonsais. We're going to grab a small fountain. Potentially, we might not use that. Some of the hedges, the bricks. And we are going to come over here. I think I'm actually going to set the fountain to the side over here. Nice little decoration, but I do want it somewhat out of the way. And then over here, we're going to go ahead and on the bottom, we're going to set up the glow bugs. Let's try to get this as centered as possible. And we're going to turn them on, and now you'll see you get the kind of aberration light pet glow bugs. I'm going to change it to the realistic ones. Makes them a little bit smaller and makes them actually look like little bugs now. And you can get close enough to them. I'm going to go ahead and leave the light settings at very large and very high intensity. And as far as control settings, I don't really see much of a use for messing with those. And to hide that, I'm going to go ahead and put the bucket of fire over the top of it. Turn that on. That'll be our little fire pit. Oops. I'm going to grab a stone bench and put it here. Make just a little bit of overhang. That should work. And make it easier to line it up on this side. Just a little bit of overhang there. And then I'm gonna put a bonsai on the side. Hey Reese! How are you doing tonight? Let's see, we're gonna add a little bit of bonsai, the other color on the other side. There we go. Now I was debating seeing what this would look like. Might be a little too much having this on. I don't know, what do you think? Think that looks pretty good? You know what? I think I like that. Kinda grows on me. And then I did have one other place over here I wanted to add some benches. Kind of a little decorative over here by the Explorer note. And we're gonna do one on the other side as well. And there were a couple lights I wanted to put over there. It's going pretty good. A little bit sleepy today, but otherwise doing pretty good. Let's see, where's the other stuff I'd wanted to use? Kind of want to play around with these planters and see how they look. There's the lanterns I was looking for. Now, I had also wanted to add some bonsais next to these. I like putting the bonsai next to the benches. I think it looks really good like that. There we go. And then I made some fountains. Line it up like that. Jess is my nickname. I go by Jess, Jessica, hey you sometimes. Jess is usually what I get called, though. Let's see. Should I do it facing out? I think facing out might look a little bit nicer. There we go. This side definitely could use a little bit of light because it is pretty dark over here. I guess we'll just put this one down a little bit low since you can't see otherwise. I found these flower boxes for the windows. Just adds a little bit something on there. Definitely need to add some lighting on this side. It is really dark. Nice little window boxes that you don't have to figure out how to water. Let's see about the windows over here. Now, I'm not sure if they removed them on this server and just aren't using them, but I did notice that the Eco's garden decor is lacking any real plants other than some of the hanging plants. I might be mistaken, that might have been the Eco Trees that has that. But it's kind of limited what we can use other than the aberration decor. I know for a fact, though, Eco Trees, if you want to play with gardening stuff, Eco Trees is pretty amazing for that. Let's see, I believe I have a window upstairs as well. Try to blind myself. You know what, I don't think we're going to put any in front of that window because that is going to mess with the bonsai. Let's go ahead and check those. Now this room definitely needs some help. This room is extremely dark. This is supposed to be the crafting room, but you can't see much of anything in here. Also, I discovered this, it's called a crop pod. I kind of wanted to play around with this and see what it does. It says you can add multiple types of seeds to grow. I'm not sure if it takes electricity or not. And it's from the Eco's Tech. Let's see, these should have some seeds in them. Let's see what they do. That's unusual. Okay, so you put in a seed and you get an item automatically crafted. Not the most useful thing in the world. Looks pretty cool though. I guess if you have extra seeds, you can easily convert that into goodies instead. It's definitely a different way of doing things. Okay, now this does not cast a whole lot of light. So I think I'm gonna put one of these every 2 ceilings to hopefully make it not so dark in here. Okay, I'm gonna need to turn some of these on to even see to place them. There, that works a lot better. Yay, there's light now. Now, eventually, back here in the back, we are going to replace these with an industrial forge for the time being, and in preparation for having more metal, which we are going to be working on taming an Anki on our next stream, hopefully. This will help us to process metal a little bit better. Also, I just noticed there is a server restart in a half hour, so we might have to cut this one short a little bit. Have to see how fast we can finish this up. I'm gonna go ahead and take the gardener, since their ranges are pretty good in here. I'm gonna go ahead and make the gardener the tavern keeper. I'm gonna go ahead and set the nanny out here, like she's just hanging around by the fire. And we will be doing some streams a little bit later. They're probably not going to be planned necessarily. It'll be when I have some free time, but we will probably do some breeding streams as we get creatures that are breedable. They'll be fairly short, just kind of explaining the process and what we're doing, because breeding is not the most exciting thing you can do in Ark. The results are wonderful, but the process is not the most entertaining. Okay, so I'm going to take these storage bins I made up here, and we are going to make a storage area. Now, I want to line this up as carefully as possible because they will snap to each other. And nothing's more fun than having them snap right through the wall, which is really easy to do. We're gonna stop with that side. I'm gonna go ahead and continue this forward and just remove these ones from in front of the door and the window. That way they stay to the same grid. I made a lot of storage boxes. These each hold 100, and most of these are going to be used for just general resource storage. We will also have some set up for things like armor and weapons, saddles, the miscellaneous things that you collect from drops and such. Let's see. Hoping that's straight. Let's go ahead and get this off the wall back here. Make it look like there's a little bit of a walking path. And let's go ahead and break this in half. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So, let's see. At about 9, we're going to go ahead and make an opening here. There we go. And then we're going to do the same on this side as well. Looks like I'm going to need to make a few more crafting bins for it. Part of this is just to look nice as well. Oops. So let's go ahead and get a few more of these crafting. This is kind of silly. You can put a dermis on it. I don't have any dermises on hand, but it also looks like a little training dummy. Which is kind of silly. Let's see, I made some of these. Oh no, those won't go on top. I was gonna set those on the seat, but I guess they'll just go down here by the foot. Those are glow bug jars. Just kind of a silly little add-on. Okay, that is definitely too tall for what I need. Little ground planter might look nice right about here. Put a fern in it. Let me see about adding a crystal. Nah, don't like that. Crystals are a little, or the red gems are a little too big. So let's see. Mushrooms are gigantic. Okay, we're just gonna center the fern then. Definitely not gonna work with the other stuff in it. There we go. We'll go ahead and put one on this side as well. That looks pretty nice. Okay. Now one of the things I had wanted to do is move the decoration crafting stations upstairs. Yeah, too heavy. I'm gonna have to move some of these separately. Oops, did not mean to put those in there. Now these ones down here that look like workshop items, I'm gonna go ahead and leave down here, because they'll fit in pretty well. But these more fanciful ones I want to move upstairs to this room. Gonna put this one over here. Put this one right here. And then the tech one is the other big one to move right now. That I'm gonna set this back as well. Well, that had unintended consequences. Let's go ahead and grab that. Grab that. And we need that. Fortunately, this is a really easy fix. Move that to the corner. And put this in this corner. There we go. Not quite sure what we're going to do with the other side yet. Now we have some different kinds of structures. This is a storage structure, a large blue storage, it says. Apparently it holds 120. And then they had these counters. The counters I'm actually going to put downstairs. There's a painting capsule. Let's go ahead and put this over here. I do not know if this requires water though. Let's go ahead and pull one. And no, it does not. Nice. That will make things a lot easier. There's an egg incubator. Now we have hatcheries, and there's a lot of different structures for incubating. The soul terminals can incubate. Okay. So it's kind of just a silly decoration. I don't know that we actually need to use it at any point. There's an island map. That might be a good thing to fill in the space with. Just a decorative map here. That is a very loose idea of the island, but okay. Now back down here, let's see, there were some other things. I had wanted to go ahead and put a fireplace in this room since this room actually has the space for it. Let's see. This should be just about dead center. There we go. Well, that's interesting looking. And over here we had some decorations like fireplace screen, some things we could put on the mantle. I grabbed some of these. I also grabbed some canvases. We are not going to do those right now, but we might go ahead and do a couple streams of just playing around and drawing pictures on the canvases, maybe. Okay, server restart is in 15 minutes. Let's see. It's a butterfly, and let's put a deer on this side. And I know I made a ship in a bottle somewhere around here. I think it's in here? The message in a bottle. Where's the ship? There's the ship in a bottle. Let's go ahead and grab this. There we go. We'll go ahead and move this over to the other side so that it's not cutting in. And then let's grab a couple long tables for the center of the room. Like crafting benches, crafting tables. There we go. Let's go ahead and grab these metal counters. And let's go ahead on this table. Well, no, let's save that for the wall shelves. Speaking of which, we can put some of these up. Make this look a little more like a workshop if we can. Oh, the books are laying down. That's unfortunate. We can put a globe on the shelf. I think the laying down books might look better in the inn. Speaking of which, we have the kitchen cabinet. There's a bird cage. Let's get the stools. Well, these aren't really for function, this is just for looks, so I'm not really concerned with if we can actually sit in them or not. Let's go ahead and pick up the bed. we go. Now I also made a map table, which has some interesting and amusing applications. I'm gonna go ahead and set this up here, right next to that. And the interesting thing with this map table is we can take these pins, and like right there is our base, and oops. We can plot out different things and where they're at. I'm gonna go ahead and set the pins over here for the moment, but we can pick them up and maybe use them to plot out where we're going for the day. For our mainstream, I'm thinking. I don't know. We'll see if they are useful or not. I'm gonna go ahead and set the bed back down up here. Let's see. For the item collector, let's go ahead and set him up to be tending the fire. We will definitely want to give him some other clothes though. Oh, no, he only works with dermises. Oh well. We will get him changed later. Now there is this cool throne. I'm gonna go ahead and set this up over here in the corner, just for the heck of it. And to go with it, there's a sword and shield. Have to bring the moss chops in here later to kind of clean things up. Let's go ahead and set the bird cage over here next to the throne. It's got this little miniature Argent in there. Very active little Argent. Let's see. Let's go ahead and take a look at these wall shelves. And there is an older globe that we can put on one of these. And then there's green boxes. I think that would look better upstairs. Just looks like little plants in a box. Also, I found this amusing bed. There is a coffin bed in one of the ecos. I'm just gonna go ahead and set that in the middle of the floor here. It does work as a normal bed, so... Now we have a vampire in our attic. Okay, those structures I was making should have finished. There we go. Now we have 7 there. 8, 9, 10, 11. Where we put the gap on the other side was at 9 and 10. And that should be just about right. There we go, we have plenty of storage now. Later I'm going to come up through here, and what I do for resource bin poles is I will name all the bins that I want for a resource pole resources. Makes sense. And then what we do is we take the Omni tool here, and we can set up preset poles, and just set it up so that the name contains resources. Set it to that, and automatically everything will go into the resource bins. So all of the things I had in the poll are now automatically distributed. Makes it really easy until you have dedicated storage to be able to put your stuff away really fast. Now, I did notice the server is going down in less than 3 minutes. I think I'm gonna go ahead and pause the stream for now and start it back up in about a half hour, because it takes a little bit of time for the server to come back up. So, if you want to come back in about a half hour, I will restart it. Otherwise, I will see you later. Thanks for watching.